This is the Nexus Ravens capstone project. I'm Eli Bryson.
My name is Owen Shoemate.
I'm Jason Sullivan.
I'm Wyatt Wilgus.
I'm Dylan Rogers.
We've been working on a room designer app which was built using many different tools that helps users plan and visualize room layouts in both 2D and 3D. It allows you to create rooms with precise wall measurements and add furniture from a diverse library of items. The purpose of this project is to assist people in accurately planning their living spaces, ensuring furniture fits properly, and offering a clear visual sense of how a room will look.
Imagine you're trying to redesign your living room, set up a new office, or plan out your bedroom for all the new furniture you just ordered. Maybe you grab a piece of paper and start sketching things out, where the couch goes, where the windows are, but very quickly it gets messy. It's hard to get the scale right. It might seem like you can just throw your dresser in that corner, but when it comes time to actually move it, you're covering a few inches of your window and you have to find a new spot to put it. It's hard to move things around once you realize they don't fit, and it's almost impossible to imagine what it'll actually look like in real life. For most people today, this is still how it's done. Rough sketches, random measurements, guesswork, and tiredly lugging furniture all over your room. If they want something better, like a true 3D model, they have to use complicated and intimidating software, or even pay for an interior designer to do it for them. There's a huge gap between a quick idea in your head and an actual usable plan that you can trust. That's the problem that our app is solving. We're making room design easy, fast, and visual for everyone, even if you've never touched a 3D software before. We let users sketch out rooms in 2D, arrange walls, add windows and furniture, and instantly switch into a 3D view to walk around and further tweak their design until they're happy with it. Our app takes away the stress, guesswork, and frustration that normally comes with room planning and replaces it with a simple, powerful tool that anyone can use.
Designing a floor plan for your home should be simple, but today it usually isn't. Most people either sketch out rough plans by hand, wrestle with moving heavy furniture around just to move it back to where it was, or pay professionals just to see how a room could look. We set out to fix that. Our app makes designing your space fast, intuitive, and accessible to everyone. No technical skills needed. You can quickly create a floor plan using a clean 2D interface, then instantly view it in 3D to better visualize the space. Instead of spending hours learning complex tools, users can start building and adjusting their rooms within minutes. Whether you're rearranging furniture, planning a remodel, or simply exploring ideas, our goal is to make it easy, accurate, and even fun. With our app, you're in control, designing smarter, faster, and with total confidence.
There were a couple different technologies and libraries that we used to build this app. On the front end, we used React to build our user interface. It really helped with efficiently updating the user interface. For example, when a user moves a piece of furniture or adjusts a wall, React would update it, and that's what helped us make sure that the app stayed smooth and responsive. For rendering 3D objects, we used Three, which is a JavaScript library that provides direct access to graphics and helped us define objects like walls, floors, furniture, and measurement tools. React 3 Fiber is another library that we use that helped integrate 3 into React. It helped us build 3D scenes using React components, so we wrote much less repetitive and setup code. This library helped to make building 3D in React much more straightforward and easier to maintain. On the back end, we use Firebase to store data in real time, so each user's work is saved immediately. It handled things like user sign-in and registration, and also hosts our production files so the app is always available online. Node is something we use to run our backend server and listen for incoming requests from the user. It validates and transforms the data as needed, and having this in one place helped us manage all of our server-side logic together. Overall, our front end is built using mainly React. React 3 Fiber and 3 basically focus on 3D graphics and objects. Node runs our custom server logic, and Firebase handles real-time data storage, user authentication, and hosting.
Hello, my name is Jason Sullivan. This is going to be the demo for our project. Starting from the About page, the user can click either of the buttons on the header to navigate to the Start page. The user now has the option to sign in or create an account. After signing in, the user is redirected to the home page. By clicking the person icon in the top right, the user can access their account settings where they can modify their account information, log out, or delete their account. The user can then navigate back to the home page by clicking the home icon in the top left. The home page is where the user can view all of their rooms. Each room displays a title, an option to favorite and delete, as well as the time it was last updated. Rooms are sorted by favorites, so the favorited rooms will display first. Pressing the delete button will ask the user to confirm that they want to delete their room, and if they click confirm, all data for that room will be permanently deleted. Clicking the plus icon at the end of the rooms list allows you to create a new room. Upon creating a room, the user will see a welcome tutorial that gives them an overview of the main features for room creation. They can read through the tutorial or skip if they've already seen it. First, I'll create a name for the room by editing the untitled room text in the top left. After I do this, you'll notice the check mark underneath the save icon changed to a spinner. This is to indicate to the user that changes to the room are currently being saved. Now that the check mark is back, we know the room is saved and we could safely click the exit button without losing any progress. Next, let's create walls for our room. Clicking the Walls tool and then clicking the stage will allow me to create walls. Walls will snap to straight angles and to other wall points. Once the walls are finished, the floor is created automatically. I can change the color using the Floor tool. This color will be applied to all floors for this room. I can select a wall to change its properties such as width or color, and I can also apply these changes to every wall. Walls can be moved in two ways, either by moving the draggable points at the end of each wall or by moving the entire wall at once, both of which have snapping to straight angles and to wall points the same way that creating new walls does. Now let's add some furniture to the room. I can browse for furniture in different categories using the menu on the right, and add whichever ones I want. I can then move its position and change any of its other properties using the Selected Item Details menu on the left. All of these properties can be changed at any time by selecting the furniture piece you want to modify. You'll also notice the many measurements displayed, such as the length of the walls and the distance of furniture to other objects. These measurements can easily be changed between meters and feet at any time. The button directly to the left of the measurement controls is used to toggle snapping. When this lock is open, walls and furniture can be placed freely with no snapping. I can also add windows and doors to my room. Windows and doors will automatically snap to walls to be placed inside them and will match the angle of the wall they're placed on. The undo and redo buttons can be used to undo or redo any changes I make to my room. Now that I'm done with my 2D floor plan, it's time to view the room in 3D. I can do this by clicking the 3D option in the top right. The 3D view is basic and is primarily for viewing purposes, not for editing. However, it is possible to move furniture while in the 3D view. I will now exit my room. As you can see, the thumbnail displayed is an image export of the view at the time of the last change. If I go back into my room, all the latest changes are still saved. Lastly, I'll share my room to a friend by clicking the share icon.
Once a room has been shared with someone, they will be able to go and see the room that was shared with them on their home page. And as you can see, the room that was shared with me, I'm able to access and view it. And I'm able to go into the 3D view and view it as well. And if I decide to, I'm also able to still use the screenshot function, which captures what the screen currently sees. So as you can see, it will pull up a screenshot of the 3D view. And in addition, the functions of the rooms, not only are you able to use the screenshot function on other people's rooms, you're also able to use it on your own rooms. And so as you can see, when I go into the 3D view here, I'm able to use the screenshot function to take a screenshot of the desired room and get the view that I want for the different situation. And this can be used to show off floor layouts closer, and it can also be used to get better ideas of what it's actually going to look like while you're inside. And the walls also become partially transparent, allowing you to see through the walls. And the wall height can also be set to display things like balconies, as can be seen here, as this is an example of how someone might model a balcony. In addition to being able to model different rooms, we've also made it so that you can delete rooms and favorite them, which can be very useful. And you can also remove shared rooms if you don't want to see them anymore. So I can remove this shared room from my view, and I can also remove this apartment room from my view. And there we go.
Our goal was simple: to make room design easy, fast, and accessible for everyone. By combining intuitive 2D tools with powerful 3D visualization, we're helping users bring their ideas to life without needing any technical experience. We're excited about what this app can do, and even more excited to see what users will create with it. Thank you for taking the time to learn about our project.